podcast.
Friday afternoon. All right, so in this episode, we're going to
Talking to Molly T.
We're going to talk to Molly.
That's her street name.
We're going to talk to Molly.
Molly T.
Are you finished?
Molly T.
Just let
Known.
me do this so we can stop. God, I hate you so much.
You wanted it. So
Anyway,
there
I'm
you
going to
go.
get somebody else on here so I don't have to listen to you talk. So we're going to talk to Molly from the show Molly Tries. Molly Tries is being premiered
February 14th. It's
February
Valentine's
14th,
Day.
Valentine's Day.
Check her out on the Instagram, Molly_tries.
That's right. I'm going to need you to be
'Cause
polite.
she's kind of funny.
I'm going to need you to be nice. Just try to be civil. Can you?
Yeah. Bing bong boom. Ding dong
Hey.
ding dong.
Hey, Molly.
Hey, Molly. Molly T, how are things out there on the west side?
Well, cold for me.
No, not
Cold.
in Southern
It's
California.
like 60 degrees here. It's freezing.
All right, Molly. Molly, your last name isn't actually Tries, is it? Something else.
No, it's. You know what? That's a really good question. What is my last name? I'm not sure because my married last name, which is still my legal last name, is Chinock.
Chinook.
But Hale, Hale, is kind of what I'm going by again.
That's what we've been calling you when we talk about you. Can you just tell us, I guess, a little bit of background? Just give us a little background on how the show came about and how you met Eric and the other Molly and all that.
Okay, yeah. Well, first of all, I think it's very ironic that it's coming out on Valentine's Day because nothing says love like me trying and failing, trying to find my true talent and life's purpose. So it's a really interesting story, and I will try not to go too far back. But basically, I got divorced. For the past couple of years, I have just been having like this existential life crisis. And I'm like, why am I feeling this way? So I kind of did a clean sweep of my life, and I looked at, the company that I had built that I was, currently the CEO for. I looked at like living in the suburbs, if that was a frustrating thing, and it was as well. And then finally kind of had to look at my relationship and realize that wasn't working either, because I'm not like a depressive, unhappy type of person. I usually have tons of energy and I'm very happy.
Yes, your
So,
series
okay.
has shown that.
Lots of positive energy. So I realized that if I was gonna feel any different, I needed to make like actual change in my life. So I did. So I did a clean sweep. Like I said, we moved out of the suburbs, got divorced, everything. And then I kind of found myself in this place of, if I was ever going to try to do what I really wanted to do with my life and figure out what I want to be doing, this was going to be the time to do it. And I never thought that I would be on a web series. I've never been in the entertainment field at all.
I find that amazing,
Yeah,
honestly.
that's-
After watching your stuff, I can't believe that.
Natural.
Yeah, my dad should have been a comedian. Because he was so funny, he never really laughed at me. So I never really had this from people that I was funny. I knew I always had a big personality, but I never felt like people were responding to me as if I could tell a joke or even write jokes or anything like that. So I ended up getting connected with You42 through Alice, and she was flying out to LA, and she's one of my friends, and she was like, I'm really kind of concerned about how happy you are about getting divorced. I'm worried about your mental health.
Good old Alice. Always looking
I
out.
know. So she came down, here's what's going on with my life, and I've kind of got this idea, and she's like, well, you should really put that in a web series. She's like, I think people would watch it because you have to go find a job. You live in San Diego. It's very expensive. You've got 2 kids. Plus you still are that person who is going to want to find their true, passion in life. You will
Right.
never give up. So I was like, oh my gosh. So I turned around, an audition tape in 5 days. And so how that came about was I was working out at a spin studio. The owner of the spin studio is somebody who I just adore. And I kind of was inspired in the car. And I'm like, I wonder if I could go ask her if I could kind of film this whole Molly Tries spin instructor, because I actually have always fantasized about being a spin instructor. So I approached her about it, and right after class, and she said, yeah, of course you can. She's so laid back. She's awesome. But then Eric, who is now my videographer, so they have an on-demand program, and he goes in there all the time and films for them.
Okay.
Nice.
And so he was standing there kind of putting all of his equipment away. And I've known Eric because I've been working out the spin studio for 6 years now. And he said, well, do you want me to come film it for you? Because I was thinking I was just going to pull out my iPhone. I mean, I really had no clue what I was doing. I was like, okay. So he said, it's because it's kind of in a warehouse. And he's like, do you want me to come film for you? Because I think you're going to have a really hard time with the audio. And I thought, oh my gosh, you are amazing. This is all coming together. And so he did. And before we got started, I sent him the script and he was like, oh my gosh, I can completely envision what you were trying to do here. He sent me a couple of YouTube videos that he felt were kind of on par with what the comedy was.
Right.
And he totally got it from the beginning.
Nice. Pays to know people, and it pays for those people to know you.
Get a camera. We're going to do this show.
Crazy about it, and what I really, truly believe, you guys, is that when you choose happiness in life, the universe
it's going to work
helps
for you.
All in place. I could have never having this idea about the web series, that would have never happened if I hadn't gotten divorced. I would have never, even talked to Eric about something like that. The universe will provide for you if you are really putting, all of your good energy out there.
Put the positive out, you're going to get the positive back.
Yeah.
He likes to sum everything up into a quip.
I'm just
part of
thinking
his
about
I hope you're
t-shirts.
These are very tweetable moments that you're having.
You better. By the way, you better not be streaming this conversation.
Yeah.
Well, I like to record absolutely everything.
Right.
Lucky, I'm absolutely not. I'm too lazy to do that right now. I'm too tired from this juice fest.
Oh, good.
The cleansing.
Because of all this being, such a personal story, and so many people must relate to this, you must get a lot of, oh my God, you're so inspiring comments from people. You must.
Yeah, I do. And that's what's been so fun about this, especially, okay, so I'm obsessed with my Instagram, and it's at Molly_tries, and I put everything on there, the good, the bad, the ugly. And I've had so many people going through some sort of, especially, at my age, 37, people just having this existential crisis of, so when I was kind of going through the low level depression, and nobody really kind of knew I was going through it because on the outside you couldn't tell. Well, my dad he lives in Michigan. He got super sick and was in the hospital. And he told me a couple of things. He said, first of all, he's never felt age-wise older than 27, which I had never realized. As you get older, you still feel so young.
Right.
So true. And then he said he couldn't believe how fast he got to this age, and it all he's like, Molly, you're gonna die. And he said, and the worst thing about that is that when you get to this age, you have regrets. There's nothing you can do about it, and you literally have this feeling of, who was I living my life for? What am I doing? I'm trying to make all these people around me happy at my own expense. And I just wasn't willing to do that anymore. And it just doesn't matter. And the other thing too, I tell people, I'm like, if you want to try something and you're afraid, war scars are attractive. People are way more interesting when they try things and fail than if they just don't ever do anything at all,
I get the sense, as I'm helping with the production of this, I get the sense that you're doing everything you can to open yourself up to opportunities and things. I think a lot of people are going to relate to the show, honestly, and I think it's going to resonate really well.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. I hope so. If nothing else, I think the show is really adorable. If people don't think it's super funny or anything like that,
They will. It's like a moment of clarity, right? But you're having a year of clarity, I think.
And just to piggyback on your Instagram, you don't hold back. I view the stories, I see the post, and when you're down and out, the next day you're going to be bouncing right back.
Well, no, can I tell you, it's so fun. I loved when I first when I posted my first date ever in 12 years, I secretly recorded it, and I didn't get the guy's head or the guy's name or anything like that, but people tuning in, they said, oh my gosh, we're putting the Kardashians on pause, we've got our popcorn out, we can't wait for your next story.
That's awesome.
And I love telling Steven this because he just gets mortified. He's like, I could never imagine that happening.
Yeah, Steven's not the most social.
That poor man was.
But she kept it incognito. She
was streaming it on.
Their face was cut out. Come on. Okay. That's awesome. That's good. That's really good.
I have no boundaries, unfortunately. But I'm not a provocative person where I am doing things just to get a reaction. I'm just trying to be comfortable with putting everything out there. So.
Well, as far as your comfort level.
Oh my god! I don't know what I'm allowed to say on here. I mean, I talk about everything.
Oh, we're not live, so have at it. Yeah.
Yeah, we will have the editor.
Talk about sexting, full body waxing, and my friends are literally I showed them a bunch of sexting stuff, and they're like, Molly, you can't show people this. What is wrong with you? But I'm like, why not? Like, it's so, like, I've never done that before. I'm like, this is amazing.
You have to understand, this is like your liberating moment too. You've been, you've been married for the previous time, so now you're in a new area.
Yeah.
Doors are opening up for you.
So I wanted to get into the production, but I'm just wondering, like, what happens when you show up somewhere? Take us from like script to like showing up at the place. How receptive these business owners have been. You know what I mean?
Yes. Okay, such a good question. As far as the script, well, first of all, what's been happening, at least with this first series, because nobody really understands what we're kind of doing yet. So it's basically people that I know, and they're allowing me to like come into their businesses. So they'll say, oh, of course, you can come film. And then I write a script, which I've, again, never experienced myself. I think that's actually what I'm best at. You know, now we've got this formula with the script where, you know, there's always an interview with the business owner, but then I've got like these, you know, quote unquote, amazing business ideas, which are all terrible, as we know. And then, you know, then I try out the business, and then, you know, I end up failing, but somehow everyone finds me adorable and everyone kind of loves me in the end. And so I write the script, and usually I'm like, I get super inspired. Like all of a sudden I'll have to pull over my car, or I'll be drinking a glass of wine, and I just like have to sit down, and it pours out of me. Like I have this one that I'm hoping to do, which is a grocery store manager, and it literally poured out of my face in like 5 minutes.
Huh. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then I give, you know, the business owner the scripts. Craziest part about filming Molly Tries, because I am trying real jobs, is that especially like for barista. So that one was at West Bean Coffee Roasters, which is a, you know, a coffee shop, and there were customers there, and it was early in the morning, and we had to be in and out in like an hour and a half. So we have to go in really prepared, knowing exactly what we're going to shoot, and we had to get in and get out. And that part's been difficult because usually we don't have a second chance. So we come in with so much energy, and it's so much fun that people are either just, the hardest thing is getting people to stop laughing, so they're not laughing through the whole episode.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a good byproduct there.
Yeah.
So specifically, like you and Eric, does he help you write the script? Do you go over the script with him? I mean, you guys must organize yourselves.
Yeah, no, Eric is really awesome because I'm such a micromanager when it comes to everything.
Right. No,
and a lot of times
I understand that.
Oh, you do? You get that?
Yeah.
You caught up with that over the past couple of working together?
Yeah.
So Eric is really good at that. I write the script. He comes up with like a shot list. Like he'll have ideas for sure. And Molly Mason, like she's always got great ideas that she's bringing to the table. So Eric and Molly both are always bringing ideas that day. He edits things so well. I want everything to be very fast paced. Like if a joke is not a 7 to a 10, I want it out. He knows that like there can't, like we only have so much time to keep people's attention.
Right. Yeah.
So he's really good about that. And then he'll send me the first cut. Then we'll meet together and we'll edit it again. We're like sitting together, like laughing hysterically, and people are looking at us. It's so funny. And then that's usually what we send to you guys after that.
Yeah, when I first talked to you, you guys mentioned The Office in terms of camera work, cutting. You have nailed The Office camera style. Perfect.
Well, that's him. I mean, that's all him. I don't say like zoom in here or zoom out there. Like that's all Eric. Yeah.
And that's all live. Like none of that is being post-processed.
Yeah, he's great. I'm so lucky.
Yep. I wanted to ask too about Molly, and I wanted to dedicate a little bit of time to Molly Mason. Yeah, because
she's a little firecracker.
She is. Yeah, as a sidekick, I feel like the episodes where the other Molly is in there, the two of you play off so well together. It's been really fun to watch.
Well, she has such a smart sense of humor.
Right.
When we get going, like even in real life at parties and stuff, like we can't be stopped. So yeah, so she's somebody who I met when our sons were babies at stroller strides. Yeah, she's just become like a best friend of mine. And she's a stay-at-home mom because her husband Chris, who's in the golf episode, he's like doing amazing things in the golf world. And so she was really at first the only one of the few people I could get to come and like be in an episode. So I'm like, hey, I need people to spin on a spin bike. And she's like, well, I'm available. And then
that's what friends are for.
I know. And then she found that she just really liked doing it. And you guys gave us good feedback and we enjoyed being around each other. And she's just, she's such a help. So awesome. Yeah, she's my best friend out here. So I'm very lucky.
I didn't even realize I was editing like episode 4, and I didn't even realize. I went back and looked, and I was like, I recognize this person. I went back and I didn't even recognize her. She looks so different in the spin class episode. I was like, wow, that is Molly. My goodness.
So But don't forget too, the second episode was where she was the caddy. So I call,
Yeah.
Right.
this is
She
how
was the ninja caddy. She just appeared out of nowhere.
everybody on the golf course, so Chris, her husband, was like, "Oh, Chris, we didn't know you brought your son." She's wearing like a hat, and she's like kind of, on the. She's not short, but she's shorter than me. And anyway, so I guess she looked like a small boy. But so I called her the night before because I knew like she would help out because obviously she wants her husband's business to look good. And I was like, "Hey, can you like be a caddy?" And she's like, "Done. I have a full caddy outfit." And I'm like, "What?"
Ready to go.
Yeah, she seemed to enjoy it so much. It was crazy.
Oh my gosh. And then she just had so many, good ideas. And so it was, to see her from the spin one where she's like, kind of, she's got a couple of good interviews there where I think she's really funny, but then to have her be the caddy. And then she wasn't in interior design, but she was in the next one. I can't remember which one it was. It's like a whole evolution.
Right.
Of her.
Yeah, I feel like her as a caddy was kind of like her liberating moment.
Oh my God. And her husband is so supportive of it. Like he laughs at our videos so hard. He's like, I'm not even sure I'm like totally your like target demographic, but just seeing the two of you together really like cracks him up.
Speaking of demographic, I'm just throwing this out here. I'm just curious, how do your kids feel about what Mom's up to?
They are my biggest fans. So they're
Awesome.
6 and 8 years old. Yeah, Parker is 8 and he's a boy, and Annalie is 6. And they are like, they can't wait to see the episodes.
Excellent.
I'm actually really so excited for this premiere party that we're having next Tuesday because so there's 70 people coming and it's in a movie theater. The highlight reel is going to be playing on the big screen, and I'm so excited for them to be there and just like get to see their mom like doing something that I've kind of always weirdly dreamt of doing but didn't really know.
Right.
And then getting to stand up in front of all these people who are there to support me and care about me, and then to see it on the big screen is, I think that's just going to be a really special thing for them to see. But they love the videos, especially at 7:55 p.m. at night, right before their bedtime at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because they know, they're like, let's watch all the Molly Tries episodes because they know I'm not going to say no to that. So I'm like, oh my God, let's watch them. I'm so excited that you want to see them.
And they squeak out just a little bit longer.
Yeah, they can get like good 40 minutes.
I
out of
know,
it.
I was going to say.
I know, but they're so cute. Like my son Parker is just adorable. He's the one I want to set up with Steven's daughter. But
Yeah, they're arranged
He-
marriage already.
Oh.
It's already, yeah.
Awesome.
That's,
well, think about how amazing the wedding videography will be. Like gorgeous wedding video.
yeah, it's going to be.
Um,
And beautiful children, let's be honest.
Beautiful children, that is for sure. But yeah, he's so sweet. He like after this last one, the realtor one, he was just like, Mom, like starts patting me on the back. He's like, you just really nailed it on that one, Mom. And I'm like, oh my God, you are so sweet. So
Just a few more things. I was wondering what your thoughts are on the production process. Just being somebody that's new to this and production process can sort of destroy a good idea originally. And
Starts out good.
Molly Tries has survived the gauntlet of production, I feel
Oh,
like,
yeah.
pretty well. It's only gotten better.
well, I'll tell you what I think. If it didn't have this amazing production value that you guys have layered on top of it, it would almost come across as too crafty. Just because of like how adorable and silly the videos are. But I'm telling you what, like my kids watch all of these like dumb things on YouTube where they're watching other kids play with toys, and it's like their parents have like put together the intro or whatever. And so in my mind, I was adding like the beautiful graphics and the original music scores, and then this gorgeous like U42 thing that like makes it look just
All
so
comes together professional.
it all comes together, and I could not be more proud because it's like 1,000 times better than what I could have ever expected from you guys. So I think it's perfect.
That's awesome.
I think it's been a perfect storm, sort of. I mean, where we are as a company,
And then where you are with your
right, it just
life.
came together so perfectly.
I know, and we all just like get it, like just like how Eric really understands like the humor that we're trying to do. I mean, you taking that spin video, me being like, there's just some things, there's some little nuances that are just not perfect, and then you going in there and being like, all right, well I kind of did this, and then you giving it back to me, and I'm like, everything that was bothering me was gone. So it has been a total perfect storm.
Yeah, it's kind of insane. Every once in a while, it's rare we've found because we're producing things constantly. But every once in a while, you run across something that seems like it should exist anyway. You know what I mean? Like this thing, it sort of starts to guide itself a little bit, and you feel like you're just sort of working with it.
Unison.
Oh my gosh, that's so well said. I feel exactly the same way.
Yeah,
Very
it's like
eloquently put there.
like this
Coach
thing.
Steven.
Thank you, sir.
Well, I'm so excited, and I hope once we actually launch this first season that it will really open the door to just more interesting. I mean, not that these jobs aren't super interesting, but like I want to try everything, and I think that it would be fun to like really highlight, different things that are even out there.
I wanted to ask you, are the business owners acting?
So that's funny that you asked that. People, when you pull a video camera out, people get so nervous.
Yeah.
Oh,
they
yeah.
do. I do.
Oh yeah.
I hate them.
Oh my gosh. Well, so like I don't, because like I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I like a lot of attention. And so I love a good video camera. No, the business owners, I think what ends up happening is they want to like, there's a script. We don't necessarily have to go off the script. Even during the interviews, I try to make it just like a casual conversation, but I want them to feel prepared, and I want them to have kind of a guideline.
The one that really jumped out at me is Melissa from the hairstylist video. Her name's Melissa, right?
Yeah.
She was so good in that episode. Like everything she was playing off of you was like she was part of the cast. It was amazing.
I'm like so thankful for her. Yeah, she did a really good job.
She did. With the bang scene at the end, my goodness. Oh man.
Can I tell you guys too? Like I wrote that into the script, and I'm like, this is not gonna play. Like it's not gonna land. The joke's not gonna land. I looked ridiculous. I'm like, oh my gosh, my new boyfriend's gonna see me looking like this. This is not a sexy look. And I don't know what it is. It's like something about Molly Mason's, the way she like breathes out, or like her face, like in the beginning. I don't know. It's just so funny. I can't. Every time I see that, I just start dying laughing. And it's really weird too. The things that you think are gonna be so hilarious, and then the things end up being like the most hilarious. Like in the realtor episode, when we show the open floor concept, I'm standing in the kitchen and I'm pretending to be the wife, and Molly Mason's sitting on the couch pretending to be the husband. We're like demonstrating how functional it is for a family in like an open floor concept, and then we actually start yelling at each other and fighting. That I think was going to be like that great, and I mean I just think that is so hysterical.
Yeah, that got me. While I was watching it for the first time, I watched the video first, and then I go in and add things, editing. And that one had me laughing for sure when you guys started arguing across the room.
Which totally makes sense what you're trying to convey.
Yeah.
Well, then it's funny because I'm a real estate agent. Like we're yelling, and then all of a sudden I'm like, well, if you hadn't have bought this expensive house and blah blah blah, and then it's just ironic because we're trying to sell it. It's really funny.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh man.
All right, so season 2, and I'll let you go because I know you're busy. By the way, pro tip from production, Corey and I both know this. Because we're all busy, and sometimes production puts you through some really stressful moments. The way you can gain a little time,
every little second counts.
Adult diapers. That's what Corey and I use.
It's so funny you say that. I wish I could walk around with a catheter.
Corey uses them on motorcycle trips
All the time. Why even stop? Why stop? Just go with the flow.
It's functional and fashionable, let's be honest.
That's right. And you could save a good 10, 15 minutes a day.
So I did an Instagram story because I got invited to go like to a club. And I'm 37. Like, what am I doing going to a club? I was like, oh, I'm single. Let's just go hit on some baby surfers, whatever. So I go to Rite Aid, and I do this whole series about like preparing for the club. So like I buy my earplugs. I'm like, oh, I need to like get some immune support because I'm sure there's a lot of germs at the club. And then I talk about like adult diapers and how that would be really smart because we all know at the club, like the bathroom lines are super long. Right. So I just want you guys to know I'm really on the same page with this.
Some of your attire is pretty incredible.
Yes.
I think one of my fave has to be the Masters jacket with the tape that has Masters written on it.
It's hand embroidered. I don't know what you're talking about. There's no tape happening. You know what? Season 2, I'm going to step it up because I really struggle with, like, I don't want to be, like, over the top, like, sticky. Like, I don't know if that's the right word. So I don't want to do something too crazy, but also I feel like I probably could up my game a little bit. So.
And it's just going to get better. Season 2, I'm really looking forward to.
Oh my gosh, season 2 is going to be so good. Well, I mean, season 1, I couldn't ask for anything more. So
it got so much better. I mean, it was good to begin with, but by the end of it, your formula started getting better, and the production value started getting better, and it just, I got to say, you and Eric both have done a great job.
And Molly too.
Of course. Well, you guys have just made my Friday, and now I might just ditch this juice fast and go
Right.
drink some wine.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, the Mollies are our arch nemesis when it comes to podcasts. Their podcast is way better than ours.
We've only done one. What are you talking about?
I know.
Looks like we're going to have to step our game up.
Yep.
I'm really hoping that between the web series, my Instagram, and the podcast, it'll kind of be 360 degrees of, addressing everything, like real life stuff, but
Right.
like fun stuff, and making it just this whole existential crisis stuff, like very approachable and fun.
Yeah, you've got it covered.
When Molly and I put on, and because she said she felt the same way, when we put on the headphones and we started talking into the microphone, I literally felt, I was like, this is my pocket. Like, it was the best feeling that came over me. But and we started talking, and it just felt like, this is exactly what we're supposed to be doing. I am obsessed with it.
Yeah, you two together. I mean, both of you are hilarious.
Do you guys
but
have a
two
name
together.
for your podcast by chance?
Yeah, it's the Molly's show, because nobody knows how to say Molly's plural. Try to say it plural. How would you say it?
Molly Shins. Molly's. You're right. That is hard.
It's even harder to spell. So
Molly's.
I told you, Molly, the way you're
Molly.
spelling it looks like a biblical character's name, like Melissus.
Come forth, Melissus, and join us, the two.
Well, that would make perfect sense because something is watching out for you, I feel like, and you've opened yourself up to it. And it's really inspiring, honestly.
Yes, you got good
Oh,
stuff.
thank you.
We can't
You
wait
guys
to
are so-
share it. And that will be February 14th, correct? Yes.
Thursday.
Yes,
That's
yes.
crazy. Well, your launch party is Tuesday, right? Is that right?
Yeah, that's the one I'm most nervous for.
Okay.
You're going to be excellent. No worries on that one.
Yeah. So looking forward to season 2. And anything else you want to say before we hang up on you and go about our business?
No, just a huge thank you to you guys. I couldn't be more excited. It's going to be really fun.
Me either.
Awesome.
I think the world should be glad of what you've done. They should be glad that they're getting to be entertained so well.
Getting the great service.
That's right.
We'll continue to do my best.
Awesome.
right. Well,
Thank you so very much, Molly.
We're gonna keep upping our game podcast wise. So
Yeah, we got something
You guys
to
look out.
attain to. Better watch
Listen,
your
I'll be
backs.
listening. I'll be listening for sure.
All right, Molly. Yes.
all right, Molly.
Okay.
I'll be in touch as we work through everything.
Okay, have a great Friday, you guys.
You
Yeah,
too.
you do the same, Molly T.
Thanks.
That was refreshing.
So you know what's funny? I didn't want to tell her this. The way we're titling her episodes, I always think that it's a cannibal show because it's Molly Tries Pro Golfer or Molly Tries Interior Designer.
She's eating the interior designer.
Yeah, she's like,
I wonder if they have different
she's like this
flavors.
realtor's kind of chewy, or this hairstylist tastes like chicken. You know.
Don't they all though?
For the record, Molly Tries is not a cannibal show. It's not at all.
No.
It has nothing to do with cannibalism. You know what the ultimate Molly Tries episode is? Molly Tries Space Travel. Just strap her to a rocket and shoot her into
Just send her
space.
out there.
Yeah. No offense.
See
I
if she
mean,
can catch up with Voyager 7.
Yeah.
That's an option though. We'll have to run that one by her.
Yeah. As a
Molly
finale.
tries space travel.
Well, do yourself a favor and go watch Molly Tries this Thursday, February 14th, Valentine's Day. Go get your flowers for your mom or your wife or whoever. So what are you going to do for Valentine's Day? What are you getting me for Valentine's Day?
Swift kicking.
That's what you give me every day.
Yep.
Something special, maybe a swift kick in the and some chocolates.